Hey, I know I haven't uploaded in a while, but I've been working on something. Stick with me to the end of the course, cause in this one, I am going to share with you my 3 years of web development experience, free of charge. We're going to look at everything from how to build websites from scratch, how to deploy them, and how to monetize them. Let's get started. By the end of the course, you will be able to build a website like this from scratch on your own, writing every line of code by yourself. For now, what I want you to do is bookmark this Github repo on your browser. Here, I have a list of resources you can use to build your own website. These include sites where I get my copyright-free images, videos, and icons, as well as other tools I use. Once you have this, we are going to need to go to Google and search for VsCode download. Then click on this link here to download Visual Studio Code for your operating system. While that's still installing, let's take a look at how websites are built. Now, all websites on the internet are written in a language called HTML. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. This is the language you're going to be learning in this course. To get started working with HTML, you are going to need to create a folder on your desktop. Inside this folder, you are going to create a text document. Then, you are going to remove the extension txt and replace it with .html. Then, double-click on the file to open it in a browser. You will notice this page is empty, but open the document we created in Notepad and add the following code. When you go back to the page and press refresh, you will see that you have built your first website. I know it's lagging, but a journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step, or some shit like that. All the things we just did now can be done like 10 times faster on Visual Studio Code, but it's very important that you understand what Visual Studio Code is doing for you in the background. So once Visual Studio Code is installed, you are going to open it. Every time when I'm teaching a new language to new students, I always try to start by explaining the syntax of the language first. The syntax of a language is basically the grammar of that language. Basically, all the rules you need to be able to create your own sentences in that language. The syntax of HTML is very simple. HTML is a markup language and it is not a programming language. It basically uses elements to represent the structure of a website or a web page. For example, this is an element here. An element is made out of two tags, an opening tag and a closing tag. And sometimes you can have attributes which tell us something more about that specific tag. For example, in this tag here, I can have the attribute lang and en. This basically tells the browser that this paragraph here is in English. This other one, I can say lang and then say es, and that's Spanish. So, HTML syntax, elements, tags, and attributes, and that's it. You basically have all the knowledge about HTML syntax you are going to need. Now all that's left to do is learn all the tags that are required to build a website. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to erase this. And when you are in Visual Studio Code, you can press the exclamation mark and then press tab to generate the basic structure of a website. Every website on the internet has this structure, so Visual Studio Code will basically fill it in for you. The first line here basically tells the browser that we're using HTML5 as our markup language. The second tag here is our root tag, which is HTML. And you can see that the language of our website is English because of this attribute here. Inside our root tag, we are going to have two tags, the head as well as the body. The head contains everything the user doesn't see on the website, contains the metadata of the website. For example, if you happen to add your website to Google, all the tags about your website are going to be in the head of your HTML document. And everything the user can see on your website must be written in the body here. And that's it for the basic structure of a website.